Okay, this is Mr. Reed coming at you live. This video is as suggestion point as we are going to be looking in your blog slash summative, looking at criterion C, specifically looking at the organization of your writing and how you are able to identify and make a coherent argument about the intentions of your author and their piece. I wanted to talk quickly about an older student sample writing that we did. We were looking at the Time magazine. It was titled Vote. And we had a chance to break down a student sample writing and look about how they articulated their argument and what specifically they were pulling from the text to help them address the ways this magazine was encouraging people to go out and vote and to dethrone former President Donald Trump. So we're going to look at the introduction and then the body paragraph, and I'm going to be sprinkling some content in there. And think about, as you're going through this, although that this was a visual text, this student is able to pull directly from the text and is able to find examples that work for them in their writing, same as you are doing with George Monavot right now. Although this introduction, I do think it's a tad short. It is still very effective in addressing three things. We have context. I have an understanding of the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why in this introduction. I have a sense of the intentions and purpose of the work itself. It's obviously to persuade, and there's a sense of urgency with that as well. And then finally, what exactly is done in terms of urgency to get the audience, which is a specific audience, get out there to vote. So there is a thesis statement of sorts here, and it is articulated through cause and effect. With the body paragraph, as you have seen many, many times before, body paragraphs are broken down into three sections. We have a topic sentence, which addresses an aspect of the thesis statement by creating an unconventional layout for this cover. Time magazine effectively captures the reader's attention and encourages them to get out and vote. So this paragraph in particular addresses the layout and also the structure. And then we also have evidence, right, specifically pulling from the text, and then the analysis, which addresses how the evidence connects to that topic sentence. And so a little commentary that I made here, more from a stylistic point of view, the student's exploration of dialogic space. The relationship between text and language allows for the students to infer the author's intent for urgency and purpose. Sound familiar? It should. The student is able to highlight the effectiveness of the text through its minimalist, spare use of language. And then remember that the student also looks at examples of symbolism in their work in following paragraphs. And again, it all kind of ties back to a very politically charged intention to get audience out to vote. So it's okay to think about approaching your text through more of a political lens. Like, that's okay. Especially because we know that George Monavot tends to lean pretty left-leaning, and we already know quite a bit about his audience. So how is he using stylistic choices, language, and even structure to appeal to a particular group of people? How is he doing it? What's the message?